Hello, students. Welcome to Advanced American Nation. I am your teacher, Mr. Yund. To get this party started, let's do a little course tour. Of course, we start off with our course welcome right here. A little bit about our class this year. Pretty important information to know, the teacher contact information. Here's me, my beautiful face looking much like this, and all my contact information. We've got my phone number here. You'll see it's 412 because I'm on the Pittsburgh office. I'm on the west side of the state. My extension is 1509. It comes right to my desk here, right here. Feel free to call any time of the day, not just during my lesson help or office hours. See, my email address is here. Most people don't email me, but you can. That's fine. Most people I have found will just come here and inbox me. Just message Mr. Yund. But any way you choose is fine. There's another method in which to receive my help with your studies, which is the lesson help. That is in the Zoom room, which are all more links we're going to learn about. Let's take a look at that. Down here is a lot of important links. The lessons is a link to here, to modules. That's where the bulk of the course content is. We'll get to that in a little bit. I want to talk about the Zoom link right now. That is basically our virtual classroom. You pop in there, there's video, there's me, there's you, there's a chat box. You can use your microphone. You can choose whether or not to have your camera on and off. I love to see your shining face, but some people don't want to be on camera, and that's fine. You can just turn your camera off and talk or use the chat box. That's fine. On the topic of the Zoom room, when do we use Zoom rooms? Mostly for virtual lessons and office hours. Virtual lessons are basically you come to the virtual Zoom room and I present a lesson to you much like you would in a sort of traditional brick and mortar classroom, except through a virtual chat room. We have 3 lessons a week. Monday at 1, Tuesday at 11, and Wednesday at 8 a.m. for you early birds, you early risers. It's the same lesson presented 3 times, so you don't have to come to all 3. You can choose one to come to, and that's basically how that works. So same lesson 3 times. They're about 40 minutes long. Every single day of the week, we have something else called office hours, which is when my Zoom room is open but I'm not presenting anything. I'm basically just there to help you. So if you need some FaceTime, you need some direct help from myself, you can come to the office hours and we'll hash out whatever problems you're having, from I don't know how to upload a file to I think I got this quiz question correct and it says it's wrong here. Here's why I think it's correct. Anything. I'm pretty flexible, and that's what those office hours are for. So here's the lesson times, the office hours. Those were right here at this link. Here was the Zoom room. There you go. There's also links to that in the syllabus, which is something you'll be seeing in a day or two. Recordings right here is if you miss a virtual lesson and you would like to watch the recording of that virtual lesson, every week I will take my favorite virtual lesson from that week and link it here so you can watch it afterwards. Makes sense. It's pretty self-explanatory there. Resources. This is a fun little page that I've just built up over the last couple years with different links that will be useful throughout the course of the year. Later in the year we play the Oregon Trail game when we learn about the Oregon Trail. That's linked here if you want to get started now and play some Oregon Trail. It is classic text-based video gaming. Nearpod is a tool that we use a lot in our virtual lessons. You'll see that when you come to the first virtual lesson probably. And then we do a lot of sort of current events type things in history class. So there's some news websites here like BBC, NBC, CNN, and Fox News. And the historychannel.com is floating around down here too. Let's see, your grade book. For me, because I'm the teacher, when I click on gradebook, it opens up my gradebook, which is all of you. There's nothing in here yet because we haven't started school yet. When you click on that link, it'll just be your grades. last one we want to look at is Canvas Help. This is not a page that I've created or Paus created. This is from Canvas itself. It's sort of an FAQ, instruction help guide sort of thing. If you forget how to upload files or how to navigate and all those types of things. That's our front page really in a nutshell. Down here in the breaking news box, this is where important announcements and type things like that pop up. I'll usually post in here if there's an upcoming day off from school, what this week's virtual lesson is going to be about, what next week's virtual lesson is going to be about. So check that out every once in a while, every day or so, to see what's going on in the course. Now, we said the lessons page, which is the same link as the modules page here, has the bulk of the content for the course. This is your modules page. You're probably familiar with it now if you've done onboarding. And this is where really the lessons and quizzes and assignments and tests are at. Mine, I try to keep routine and organized. Right here at the very top, you have to upload your onboarding badge to unlock the first module, which is sort of a very introductory module with things like the course tour. Meet Mr. Yund. Tell me about you. That's your first official assignment, is telling me a little bit about yourself. As we go on, you'll see we have the course syllabus, which is basically an outline of the course. Here it is right here. There's a quiz on the syllabus. We have a September 11th assignment, and then some skills practice, about summarizing what you've read, understanding different point of views, just some basic stuff to start off the first couple days of school. You'll see that the actual assignments themselves have a due date on them. Most of my students throughout the course of the years will do assignments on their due date. However, the beginning of the year is a good time to work ahead, especially since you have so much time to do onboarding. It would be a good time to hop ahead if you want. It's up to you. Teachers, as a general rule, will have assignments published or viewable to you, the student, 5 school days in advance. So your very first day, this will pretty much all be published. You could work ahead all the way to the next Tuesday, which is September 11th. Other than that, you'll see that I try to organize it so you know where to start and stop by the day by the indentations. So this is the first thing of the day. It indents and then it indents back over, so that's a separate day. Also, on the pages you'll see little go signs and stop signs. So this is the first page of that day, which is the 17th. There's a little go sign. Your basic lessons have an objective page, an introduction page. Come on, Bessie, load up. There we go. There's another go arrow. The main content page is where the bulk of the information will be. Maybe a video, and then an assignment page. See, there's the go sign. We know to keep going. When you get to a stop sign, something like this, stop here for today, you know that that's the last page really for that day. It's usually the assessment, like the quiz or the writing prompt or whatever, something like that. So you see here's the quiz question for that day. Keeping it simple that day, but that's the last page for the day because there's a stop sign here. If we go take a look, there's my modules. Around the 18th of September, we'll be actually diving into history. We'll be done with our introduction module. And these are all built very much the same way. There's an introduction day where I tell you about the chapter, and we have a vocab quiz or assignment, some kind of vocab assignment. And then pretty much each day from there on is a content lesson. So it's either chapter 3, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. You'll see it's the objective page, intro, content, some type of assignment. Now, I always give you a day to study before a test. That'd be right here. There's usually some useful tools there to help you study, things like a study guide and a forum to talk about it, and then a test day. And then we pretty much start again with chapter 4 and 5 and so on and so forth. So that's the pattern that I like. Kids seem to like it. It's nice and organized, neat and clean. That's the modules page. One last thing I want to show you before we end this course tour. This is what your textbook will pretty much look like. Red book, Abraham Lincoln on the front. Some of you will receive a physical copy of the book in the mail, but Most of you will have a digital copy that is linked right here, conveniently, on the side of the Canvas page. Connect Ed, it's called. Most of your school textbooks will be in your Connect Ed accounts. That will be unlocked, if not by now, by the time you're watching this video, very soon. Your textbooks will start showing up in your Connect Ed account, and you might be hearing from me or another teacher about Connect Ed login information, like a username and password to access an account. That'll come soon. That's it for now. Remember to contact me with any questions. I know the beginning of the year can be confusing. Don't worry about it. Just ask questions. Ask me questions. Ask your other teachers questions. We'll make it through the sort of rough and tumble first couple weeks of school and get into the groove and start doing some serious learning. Feel free to contact me anytime. I'm so happy to be your history teacher this year. And have a wonderful day.